Hey everybody, I'm DBS TCG Central. Welcome to another deck profile video. If you guys saw today's thumbnail, you saw that we're doing Pan Ready to Fight Returns. So I chose this leader. I wanted to make a red deck really bad for this new set, and everybody was running Sen Shenron and Vegeta and Goku GT, so I decided to just go with this one here. I think it's super powerful, just like the other ones. Plus, I saw a really cool build that I was interested in, so I incorporated some of it into this one, and I think it's super competitive, and I like it a lot, and I think it plays really smoothly. So I'll show you what this leader does and what I put in it. So Pan, once per turn, when you play a battle card, you can choose it. It gets plus 5,000 power, and if it has 20,000 power or more, you can draw a card. So this works on your opponent's turn and on your turn. So if you're going to counterplay some kind of battle card or something like that, it'll also work on their turn. So you could draw and plus like crazy if you have the right innards of this deck. Awaken, you can be at 4 or less life. You could awaken, or you could have 3 Z energy in your Z energy. And then if you do, then you can awaken and you draw a card, you untap an energy, and you take cards until you have 6 left. And then you turn into Pan, Ready to Fight, returns. Same autos the other side. Once per turn, you choose a battle card and gets 5k. If it's 20k or higher, you draw a card. Also now, when this card attacks, you draw a card. So that's a pretty hardcore plus. You can draw 2 cards per turn every time with this leader if you play it right. Also, it's got another ability here. Active main once per turn. Choose up to one of your red Z battle cards with energy cost of 2. Energy cost of 2, and that card gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So another really cool ability here. So I love this leader. I will start with the Z deck. First card we run here is Videl, Daughter of the World Champ. So this came in the starter deck, actually. I pulled this one. Each one of the new starter decks, they all come with like a little promo pack. And this came out of that one, so it was perfect, the right color. They're totally random, so I was totally lucky. But with this card here, it's unique. If there's one or more red Earthling cards in your Z energy, when this card attacks, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 15,000 power or less and KO it. And then this card gets 10,000 power for the battle. So it turns into a 15k attacker. This is just something if you need to get rid of something pesky, you can use it anytime you want out of your Z energy. And more often than not, Pan's an Earthling. So there are some Earthlings in your Z energy. So not a bad card. I just run one of those for my Z energy. Just to fill out space in my Z deck. I run 2 of this card here, SSB Vegeta, Surmounting the Impossible. So this is a Self-Awakener, and it's just in case I need to get to 4 and I get like mumbled and jumbled up. But this card, if you don't know what it does, if your leader is a Son Goku Z leader, this card gets 10,000 power and a double strike. Not relevant for this deck, but place 1 card from your hand in the bottom of your deck. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your life and add it to your hand and draw a card. So if I'm at say I had to use my Z energy or I didn't combo correctly or something, I use this card just self-awaken to get to 4, so I never get stuck up or not being able to awaken when I need to. So the next card we run here is Rush Attack SSB Vegeta. This thing is so strong. So it's got Deflect. When this card attacks, you can use up to 1 mono red card with 5,000 combo power from your drop area in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. Additionally, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or Unison cards, and it gets 15,000 power for the turn. So really strong ability. Active main. Once per turn, if you have 4 or more Z energy, switch this card to active mode, and it gets 10,000 power, double strike, and barrier. So it's a double strike, barrier, deflect when when everything happens correctly. You just gotta make sure you have the right amount of Z energy in your Z energy area, and you're good to go with this guy. And plus, like I said, when he attacks, you can combo with that card and then put it in your Z energy to get where you need to be. So he is really strong. The whole reason I wanted to choose this deck, this card here, is SS4 Son Goku, Defender of Life. So this guy is just a powerhouse, and I wanted to play this deck because of him. So Deflect, Double Strike. When this card is played, plays up to 1 Saiyan. Yeah, plays up to 1 Saiyan card from your drop area under this card, and then this card gains barrier. So it's deflect barrier. So it gets barrier for the turn. Additionally, if your opponent has 4 or more life, deal 1 damage to them. So it deals 1 damage. Active main for 1 energy that's red. If your leader is a pan-only card, you have 4 or more energy, and Great Ape Son Goku, the aggressor, is under this card. This card gets plus 5,000 power and dual attack for the turn. So it turns into, with this ability on the leader, it turns into about a, I believe it's a 30k. Let me see. Yeah, so when you play it, it gets 5k, and then the lead, she gives it another 5k. So it turns into a 35k because of this active main down here. Dual attack. So it would be a 35 dual attack, barrier, deflect, double strike. Insane. So super powerful, especially in this deck. And that's why I really wanted to run Pan. All right, so let's get started with the main board. All right, we start off with 4 of our Unison. So we run 4 where is it? SS4 Gogeta Powers Connection. So auto, when this card is played, look at the top 3 cards at the top of your deck. Add 1 red card from among them to your hand and place the remaining of the cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Broken. +2, activate main. Play up to 1 red battle card with energy cost of 1 from your hand in rest mode. I'll show you how we abuse that ability right there. And it's a +2, so this guy is actually insanely safe because he accumulates a lot of counters. So for our -4 active battle, this card gains 15,000 power and double strike for the turn. So he turns into a 30k double strike if you -4 him, and we accumulate a lot of counters on him. So it is definitely possible. So really powerful card right there. We run 4 of him, and I'll show you exactly why we run him. The +2 is just insanely good. One of the reasons is this is a combo they run in the Goku Vegeta deck, but I run 2 of these guys here. Broly, Crown of Retribution. If you don't know what it does, if they have 2 open energy, you can play this card and you can look at their hand, and anything 20k or less, you can have them discard. So very, very strong, and it hits most of the floodgates, which is what this is really used for. If you want to start attacking and going hard, you play this guy. This guy gets played in rest mode, and then you draw a card from him, and then you look at your opponent's hand, and then you discard a card from them. It's really good to do this like right off the bat, turn 1. That I mean, as soon as you get this in your hand and before you do anything else on your turn, that way they don't use their energy on anything else. But really, really powerful 1-drop, and so powerful I decided to mainboard it. It's really good for this meta right now. The next card we run is Pan United Emotion. So this is a 3-drop, but it has a permanent here that says if your leader is a Pan card, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So it becomes a 1-drop in your hand, which means you could play it with the Gogeta ability. So very strong. So when you play this card, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. So this card, okay, if this card's power is 20k or more, when this card attacks, look at the top 5 cards at the top of your deck, and you can add 1 red Saiyan card with energy cost 5 or less, or 1 red Unison with specified cost of 3 from them among them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. We use it just for the search 5 or less Saiyan card because we run a 2-drop Unison in this deck. But also, when it comes out, it'll proc this leader ability. You play it with this ability. You'll play it in rest mode. You'll get the search because this ability will proc will become a 20k, and you draw a card. So you draw a card, and then you get to search for another card that's 3 cards, playing it for free with no energy if you're just playing your Unison. So it is really powerful in this deck with that Unison. Another searcher that we run is Pint-Sized Warrior Son Goku. So this is actually from set like 3, I believe. What this card does is when you play it, you can look at the top 7 cards for a red Son Goku GT, and then you shuffle your deck. So top 7 is really powerful, and we run a lot of Gokus that are GT, and I'll show you exactly how we do it and how crazy it can be. It makes the deck super, super consistent. But again, you can play it with this ability here. So you can play it for 1 to get the searches that you need, Or if you have it in your hand, you play your Gogeta. This will come out in rest mode, and then you can search the top 7, also draw another card. So really, really good in this deck with that Unison. One of the Goku GTs that we search out is this. It is a limited card. It's SS4 Son Goku Heartfelt Plea. So this card was limited to 1 because it was very, very powerful. And it's actually a red-yellow card. And what this card does here is, I'll read it to you. It's got triple strike and it's a 30k. Now, it's got offering also, which means that they either have to take a life or crit a life. And if they don't, you get to draw 2 cards. So they have to do that when this comes into play. They have to make the choice. After that, you can, the auto for this card here is you choose one of your red battle cards with 25,000 power or more, and you place it in its owner's drop area. When your leader card activates Awaken, if SS4 Son Goku or Heartfelt Plea is not in play in your battle area, you can play this from your hand. So you play this 30k triple strike for free if you have a 25k or higher on the board. Or before you awaken. You just have to sacrifice it. So it's searchable. So it's searchable by the pan because it's 5 or less, and it's also searchable by this. And you draw so many cards in between that time where a lot of the times you will see this card. It's insane how consistent it can be. Another thing is, too, with our Z deck, we always have access to a battle card that will be that big because we will play this card here if we need to. We have other cards in our deck that we play, but we could also play this one here. And this one gets, when it's played, automatically becomes a 25k. So if we need to use this from our Z deck just to play the Heartfelt Plea, we can. But also there's other cards that I'll show you that are Goku GTs that do the job too to get this guy out. And that card is... This one here is SS4 Son Goku Senses Returned. So this card here is Deflect. Let me get up close to there. Deflect. When this card attacks, use up to one of your Mono Red Saiyan cards with 5,000 combo power from your drop area in a combo with its stills negated for the battle. Active main, if you burst 2, pay 1 energy, your leader's a pan, and you have 2 or more energy, play this card from your hand. So you can play it, no problem. If this card is in a battle, draw 1 card and switch it to active mode, and this card gets 5,000 power for the turn. So turn 2, you're gonna play it for 1 energy. You're gonna burst. It's already gonna be at 20k because your leader ability will give it 20k, and then you pay another energy, active battle when it's attacking. And you draw a card and switch this card to active mode, and it gets another 5,000 power for the turn. So that will make it a 25k on your turn 2, right before you awaken, and then you sack it, you play this guy, and then you awaken, untap an energy to defend and whatever else you need to do. So it's very, very strong combo, especially to get that out. Another card we run, which is great for this deck, is Great Ape Son Goku the Aggressor. So this Son Goku GT, if your leader is a pan and you combo with this card, if your opponent has 2 or more energy at the end of battle, you can play this card from your drop area, so it's really strong. If your leader is a pan, when this card is placed under one of your Z battle cards, the Z battle card gets plus 5,000 power for plus 5,000 power and the following skill for the turn. Auto, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 25k power for the turn. So the card that they're talking about that this goes under, it gets played for free, first of all, which is absolutely nuts. But is this Z battle card here? So if you have this guy out, like it says on here, this guy gets another 5k or whatever when this guy's underneath. So he turns into like a 40k beast mode. It's insane. It's so crazy. Plus you're negging stuff every time you attack if this card's under it. So that's the main reason I wanted to run the deck, because this guy alone with that Z battle card is just absolutely insane. All right, so I'm running all these Goku GTs. You see them. I got the 5-drop. I got these 4 drops here. And I do it on purpose so that I could play this card here. I thought it was so cool and nostalgic, too, because I used to play this deck when it first came out. But Broken Limit Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. So this card here, it's got an X Evolve for 1 red energy. you place one card from your hand in the drop area, you can X evolve onto a Goku GT with energy cost 4 or more. So that's this one that gets played for free. It's this guy that comes out, and it's 4 or more. So this guy also can get it. You could play it on top of that. We also have some more. Well, I'll show you in a second. We can put it on top of if we wanted to. But what this card does here is auto when one of your other cards attacks. So when one of your cards attacks, this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. When this card's power is at 40k or more, this card gets triple strike for the turn. So it is really good. So when it comes out automatically, it's going to be a 30k. So if you attack with 2 more things or 1 more thing and then this guy, it'll be a 30k no problem, and you'll get the triple attack in. But we mostly use it just to evolve on to something, so that this is a 5 or more to play the next card, which is Triple Flash. So this card here, basically, for 1 energy, you can evolve this onto a Red Sun Goku with energy cost of 5 or more. So say you did manage to get the Heartfelt Plea out, you could evolve on top of this for 1 energy after you awaken, because you untap 1. And then you get the same attack here, which would be 30k triple strike, because that's a 30k triple strike too. But when you evolve this onto a card, you draw 2 cards. And also it's got a permanent here that's it's got deflect when it comes into play. When you play this card, draw 2 cards, and you may not activate X evolve for the turn. Permanent, if this card's power is 40k or more, your opponent may not activate counters during this card's when this card's attacking. So the whole combo here is you activate Awaken. You can pop this guy, and when you activate it, you'll play this, you'll draw a card, you'll do whatever, and then you'll Awaken. And then when you play it on this side, this card here will actually gain 5k, so it'll be a 35k. Then you Awaken to the other side, you untap 1 energy, and then you can Triple Flash on top. You draw another card. You draw 2 cards, and then because your leader is flipped to the other side, when you play this, it becomes a 40k. So now it is a triple attack, they can't negate, 40k. So you'll swing with that, and if they can combo out of it, great. If not, you're gonna have to take 3 damage. So it's super aggressive. So it's really, really good. And you do that on your turn, on your turn 2, which is pretty crazy. So that's the combo right there. Another card that we run, alternate win condition possibly, also our board wipe and our barrier removal, is SSB Sun Goku, Pan, and SS Trunks Galactic Explorers. If you don't know what it does, you can put this under a Unison card for free. So activate main limit 1, choose up to 1 of your red Unison cards with 10,000 power or more, and place this card under it from your hand or battle area, and then you add a marker to the chosen card. So you get a free marker on your Unison, but this goes under it. Active main active main for 3 red energy. If you have 4 or more energy, play this card from under a Unison card. So you play it for 3 energy from under a Unison if it's under there. And then active main, once per turn, Spirit Boost 3. So if you Spirit Boost off your Unison, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, and they get minus 30,000 power for the duration of the turn, and this card gets triple attack. So really, really strong. So I'll usually do this ability. I'll board wipe them, turn 4, because that's when you can do it from under a Unison, and then I'll attack 1, and I'll restand. And then I run 3 of these, which is enough, and you search enough Gokus out that you might have another one in your hand, because you'll do turn 2, you might do 1, or turn 3, and then you can just put it right on top of this guy for the last attack, and then it turns into a triple attack. You draw 2 cards also. So you draw 2 cards when you evolve it, and then it's a triple attack. Triple strike on that last attack that it has. So it's really, really strong. The stuff you can do, and if your opponent tries to interrupt you, you have like other avenues you can go down every time they try to like do something to you. If you have like 1 attack left, you won't attack, and you'll play this. It's just crazy. It's such a fun deck. So some of our negates package here. Violent Rays, I run 2 of them. Sorry about the non-foil. I have it in a different deck right now. So I run 2 Violent Rays for Floodgates. If you don't know what it does, you play this card, you discard a card, and then your opponent can... Oh, you choose either battle cards can't... either battle cards 20k or more can't attack, or Unison cards with 20k or more are not allowed to attack. So that's really, really strong. It's a Floodgate. We all love Floodgates. Speaking of more Floodgates... Topo Righteous Aid, if you don't know what he does, the energy cost is reduced by 2 in your hand if it's your opponent's turn. And when you play this card, you discard a card, and if you discard a card, your opponent cannot attack with any card on their field, leader card, unison card, or battle card, unless they discard a card from their hand. So really, really, really strong. And testing the opposition, if you're at 5 or less life, you could take a life and negate the attack and then play a blocker token that is 5k or 10k, sorry, out to the battlefield. So it'll block potentially 2 attacks, a staple now in the meta. Because we run a Unison and it's pretty prevalent in the deck, we run Yamcha, Merciless Barrage. So if you don't know what it does, if you have a Unison with 2 or more counters out, you can counterplay any battle card that your opponent's playing unless it has deflect, and you can neg 2 of their battle cards 15k. So it's a super strong way to get some removal out for free. So it's really good. So we run 3 of those. We run 2 TP cards which activate our leader. Oh, another thing too. So this card, this gets played on your opponent's turn, but so does Pan's ability works also the same way. So if you were to use this on your opponent's turn and counterplay something, you'd also draw a card when you play the Yamcha. It's kind of why I opted for the Yamcha and the 2-drop Unison instead of using the 3-drop baby. Another card that'll proc Pan is SS Sun Goten Hyperspeed Rush. This is a TP card. It was kind of expensive. I'm not sure if it is still, but what this card does is it's really super, super strong. It's a 1-drop. Double strike, when this card is played, you can draw a card. So with Pan, you draw a card, then you draw another one, then this turns into a 20k double strike. Active main, you can pay 1 energy if your leader is Mono Red Saiyan, which it is. And you have 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand, so you pay it for 1. When this active main once per turn for another energy red, this card gets 5,000 power for the turn and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 20k for the turn. So it's another way to proc your leader's abilities, and you draw 2 cards off of it, and plus it's a 20k double strike attacker. And if you pay 1 more energy, you can give something minus 20k and this 5k, so it'll turn into a 25k double strike, draw 2 cards, KO something 25 or less. Is it 25? Oh no, it's 20 or less. Neg it, and it's just a super strong card. It's insane. It was a lot of money when I first got it. I'm not sure what it's at right now, but I'll check into it. Another counterplay we run is Vegeta Resolve Renewed. This is to stop them from floodgating us. So if they play a topo or something, anything 3 or less, I believe, is it that? If you have 3 or more energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So it becomes a 1-drop, and counterplay if the battle card being played has an energy cost. Oh, it has 15k power or less. It's placed in its owner's drop area instead of being played. And then play this card. So this doesn't stop Topo, but it stops the Majin Buu one, no problem. If your leader card is Vegeta, this isn't relevant, but if your leader card is a Vegeta card and you add 1 card from your life to your hand, you could play this card from your hand. That's just if it's a Vegeta. Super combos that we run is Beerus, Motivated Destruction. If you don't know what this does, it is a super combo multicolor. If your leader is red or yellow, when this card is used in a combo from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. And if it's reveal the top card of your deck to your hand. And if the revealed card is red, this card gets plus 5,000 combo power for the battle. And if it's yellow, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, and it gets negative 5,000 power. So it's a really, really good super combo, and it's always live turn 1, so you can put it right in your Z energy. It's super, super strong. Another one of we run is King Piccolo. This is actually reduced to 1. You can only run 1 in a deck. The new ruler, double strike. If your leader card is red, This card gets 5,000 power, and your opponent can't activate blocker skills in response to this card's attack. All right, so you can play this for free. Active main. If you have a red Unison card in play with 3 or more markers on it, play this card from your hand, and you can't play copies of this card for the turn. At the end of your turn, send this card to your owner's warp. So it comes out, it's a 20k, and then Pan will make it a 25k, and it'll be a free 25k double strike, and your opponent's blockers can't touch it. So it's a really, really strong card, in this deck especially. And then we run one Champa, just in case we need to get through with any of our single strikers to get a double strike kill, because why not, just to surprise them. And for secret rare, you know, I run the Pan just to just as another floodgate in case I need to be a little more defensive. But you can run literally anything you want. The Pan's really good too because you can be offensive with it, offensive with it by attacking. Because you could play it for free active battle on your turn, and then you got a 40k attacker, and then you could Champa on it, and then you got a 50k double strike to go for game out of nowhere with no energy they weren't expecting. So I think Pan is the best for this, but I see other people running like the Vegeta and all sorts of other stuff too. So it's really up to you. That's why I didn't like put one in this video. But thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry I started rambling on this stuff. I just threw the deck together and I was excited to get it online. But you know, subscribe, like, comment, and I got a eBay, Instagram, and a Facebook. I'm gonna leave the links in the description below and stuff. And if you guys want to, you know, leave crazy comments what you think about this deck. I'm thinking about tweaking it into like a Goku Vegeta hybrid GT and maybe trying to put that giant Gogeta into it. But I don't know. It's like tight right now, and I really like the triple flash engine. So tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, guys.